Well, hello. We're going to go ahead and pull some cards for the day. And I pre-shuffled these right before I started filming. And we're going to go ahead and lay these out. And then I'm going to pull them up and we're going to talk about what the message is from our guides today. So the very first card that we have up here, beautiful card. And it's interesting. This is from the herbal astrology deck that's from a beautiful artist and herbalist from Costa Rica. This is a beautiful one, and this one talks about enchantment, and I love it. We've got the unicorn in the corner over there and the beautiful stars in the night sky. The next one we have is the otter and the cattail. Beautiful. Peace is the word for that one. This one is the mouse and the buttercup. And that one says Innocence. And our last card here is the frog spirit for renewal. Now, we're going to talk about, if you haven't watched any of my videos, you may not know that I've been doing reading cards for over 35 years now. And whenever I see a reversal, that always means to me that the energy is not in full active, which means it's either energy that was from the past or energy that hasn't happened yet. So when we look at this as a reading, the first thing that comes up is the desire. And the desire that we feel is for this enchantment to go to a more playful, mystical, magical place that we used to be, especially as children. A lot of children, are very connected with things like unicorns and dragons and a lot of beautiful energy that we lose track of in our grown years. And it's interesting that another thing that follows that, as in the what we are really desiring. I mean, yes, enchantment or that touching with that mystical energy is craving, but what is it that we want? And here comes the otter and the cattail with the message of peace. There is this type of peace that happens when we find ourselves in a place where we're at a place of ease, where we're not being pulled in the past, and we're not being pulled towards the future. And that does have a sense of peace. And it's interesting, the next one that comes up is the mouse and the buttercup. And this one is talking about innocence, talking about that childhood time back before we were grown-ups, right? And the next one is the frog spirit, the renewal. I mean, this one, it's interesting. There is the woman who has to go around kissing lots of frogs before she finds her prince. But you see that she is not just a woman. She is this beautiful fairy creature. She is us in spirit. So when we look at this message, what it is trying to say is our soul is asking for those days when this used to be us. We want to tap back in. Beautiful. And it's very interesting. I'm seeing not just any lily there. You're seeing the Egyptian blue lotus, which is a sign of renewal and eternal life. This is trying to let us know that our desires to reconnect with that magical sense, our playfulness, our, bare toes in the soft green grass kind of days where we would sit there picking up the buttercups. And I remember these as a child. There was a thing that if you would hold a buttercup up to your chin, and if your chin turned yellow, it means you loved butter. Things like that, playful things like otters are very playful and snuggly and warm characters. This is basically a message that's talking about how we can find our sense of balance and peace when we reconnect with the playful side, the energetic side that is more in the realm of stars in the sky and the fairies in the forest and out in our garden and connecting with nature. And it's interesting too that I love how there's this little fairy that is moving so quickly that her wings are a blur. It's very interesting because over the years I've caught so many fairies in photos, and many times they look just like this. But in simple terms, this message is coming forth from your guides. The message is to go ahead and reconnect with that sense of self, even if you need to have structure in your day and you set 15 minutes on your timer and give yourself 15 minutes to sketch or to draw or to close your eyes and go back to that magical, mystical place of fairy tales and dragons and talking otters and playful mice and unicorns. This is where we will renew our sense of spirit. This is where we'll be able to not only be able to do the things that we wish to do, to be able to connect with our creative self, to create, to move, to breathe, to feel. This is where we also renew our inner self. So you guys, be kind to yourself today. Take care.